Sometimes the most profound wisdom doesn't come from some ancient, dusty book. It comes from, well, some pretty unexpected places. Today, we're going to dive into a really powerful spiritual message, one that a pilgrim received on a secret mountain, and it gives us this incredibly direct path to understanding our own minds. So, let's set the scene. Picture this. It's November 2010. We're on Mount Jiuhua in China. And this isn't just any mountain, okay? It's one of the 4 sacred mountains in Chinese Buddhism. It's a really big deal. And right there, on that day, a Taiwanese pilgrim receives this direct, divine communication, a text that cuts right to the very heart of spiritual practice. And this is literally how the message opens. These first 2 lines just set the entire tone. It's this beautiful message of hope. It translates to something like, don't say there's no chance to see in the dark, because there are always causes and conditions that lead to Buddhahood. Basically, it's telling us that even when we feel totally lost, like we're in the dark, that spark, that potential for enlightenment, it's always there.
Okay, so you're probably wondering, where did this actually come from? Who wrote this down? Understanding the origin story here really gives these words so much more weight. So let's get into the context of what's known as the Jiuhua revelation.
All right, let's break down the details. The who is a Taiwanese practitioner who was on a pilgrimage. The where is Mount Jiuhua, which is a place deeply connected to Bodhisattva Ksitigarbha. And he's this incredible figure, known for his great vow not to become a Buddha until all the hells are empty. I mean, wow. The message itself is considered a shangxi, or a divine message, and the part we're zeroing in on is chapter 2, called The Nature of Conduct.
So, the first big teaching in this chapter, it gets right to the point. It's all about perception. The message basically argues that what you see out there, it's not some objective, fixed reality. No, it's a direct reflection of what's going on inside your own mind. And then the text asks this incredibly powerful question. First, it just states it flat out. All the good and evil we see in the world, it comes from our own hearts. And then it hits you with this. With what kind of mind do you see the compassionate one? It's a really piercing question, isn't it? It forces you to look inward. And that term from the last slide, Sizun, is so important here. It means the compassionate one. It's a title of really deep respect for a Buddha or a highly enlightened being. It represents ultimate truth and wisdom. So when the text asks that question, it's really asking, what kind of filter is your mind using when you look for truth itself? What's getting in the way? This is such a perfect way to visualize it, right? The idea is that your mind is like a mirror. If that mirror is all clouded up with judgment and negativity, what are you going to see? Obstacles, separation, problems. But if you clear that mirror, if your mind is clear, that exact same reality suddenly reflects compassion, opportunity, and connection. The point is huge. You don't change the world out there first. You start by cleaning the mirror of your own mind. Okay, so the teaching builds from here. We've talked about our internal world, our perception. Now it shifts to our external actions, and specifically the absolutely incredible power packed into our speech. This part is, well, it's a serious warning about cause and effect. It tells us to think first, to act with skill, but above all, to be so careful with what comes out of our mouths. The key phrase is this: a single word becomes a cause seen by others. Think about that. Every single word we say isn't just noise. It's a karmic seed. And we're planting it in the world, and that seed is absolutely going to grow into something. And it's not just a warning. The text gives us a clear 3-step process. First, mindful thought. You actually stop and contemplate with wisdom. Second, that leads to mindful speech. You choose your words with care and real intention. And the result? Your words become a cause. This isn't just about being nice or polite. This is about consciously building your reality one word at a time. All right, now we're getting to the absolute heart of this message. This is the big one, the most profound realization the whole text offers. And honestly, it's a complete game changer for how you might think about spirituality. And here it is. This is the peak of the mountain, so to speak. The text reveals that the Dharma, the ultimate truth of how things are, it's not something out there that you go and find. It says, the boundless Dharma is created only by the mind. And all those infinite paths to enlightenment, they're all found by looking into your own heart mind. It's all in here. Just let that sink in for a second. The ultimate truth isn't something you dig up or discover in some ancient text. It's something you create, something you generate from within yourself. Your mind isn't just a passive receiver of truth, it is the source. So what do we do with all this? What does this incredible message from a sacred mountain actually mean for us, in our everyday lives? How do we walk this path? Let's just quickly recap the absolute key lessons from the mountain. Number 1, your mind is the mirror that shapes your reality. Number 2, how you see the divine or truth is all about your inner clarity. 3, every word you speak is a karmic seed. And finally, the biggest takeaway of all, the entire path to enlightenment, it's found within you. It's an inside job. And all of this brings us to one final, really important question. The pilgrim on Mount Jiuhua was told that Dharma, that truth, is made by the mind. So the question for you, for me, for all of us is, what is your mind creating today? Right now, in this moment, what kind of world, what kind of truth are you actively bringing into being?